do this work without knowing. So, hi. It's actually a good day to get some things done, and hope you're having a lovely day. There's actually a video I want us to watch. Someone left his computer open for a while, and should I describe it? And he left it open to see like the attacks that will take place. It's quite interesting what happened. So let's look at it. Okay. Let me share it now. Okay. I think.
This is a honeypot. It looks like a normal computer, but something you are never supposed to do. I put a server on the internet with no protection at all, and I waited to see who would show up. What found it was worse than I expected. This is a honeypot. It looks like a normal computer, but everything on it is fake. It has no real files and no real users. Its only job is to get attacked and to write down everything that happens. Every dot on this map is a real attack happening right now. In 24 hours, this machine was hit 293,000 times. Here is the breakdown. Fake Windows file sharing took 108,000 hits. Fake remote desktop, 80,000. Look at the passwords they tried. Blank, root, administrator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are real, named security flaws being fired at the machine by number. And this is not just happening to me. This is a live map of the same attacks hitting honeypots all over the world, every single day. So let's stop counting attacks and start following one. Every command the honeypot sees gets saved in a searchable database. Time to dig. I pulled up every command attackers typed after they got in, more than 1,000 of them. Then one attacker stood out. They did not steal anything. First, they stripped the protection off the folder that holds login keys. Then they deleted the keys that were there and put in their own. Then they changed the root password, locking the real owner out of their own machine. So who is this? Their address was 206.189.89.59. I ran it through a tool that checks public threat databases. It came back high risk. Several independent sources already had this address flagged as an SSH attacker, a port scanner, and a brute force bot. This was not their first try. They were already a known entity, and they were not working alone. That exact same break-in key showed up over and over, planted by dozens of different machines around the world, all in a single day. That is what a botnet looks like. Not one hacker at a keyboard. Thousands of hijacked computers, all running the same script all night long. A different attacker tried something else. It pulled a file down from its own server and ran it. So I looked that server up too. Same story. Flagged as malicious. Already sitting on a blacklist. Here's the part I find unsettling. The honeypot records every keystroke, so I can replay a break-in exactly as it happened. Watch. This one checks whether it landed on a router or a camera. And this one goes straight for the alarm system. It deletes the security scripts and wipes the list of blocked addresses. This one is smarter. It is checking the hardware, how many processors, what graphics card. It is shopping. And it is testing whether anyone is watching. But one of them left something behind. A real file sitting on my disk. 5 megabytes. Let's ask what it is. There it is. A Windows program. Something tried to infect a Linux server with Windows malware. Look inside, and it is scrambled on purpose, so scanners cannot read it. Every file has a fingerprint. I copied this one, and I asked the world's virus scanners what they thought. 66 out of 72 flagged it. and they all agree on the name, WannaCry. In 2017, it locked up hospitals across Britain, surgeries canceled, scanners frozen. Microsoft had released the fix 2 months earlier. The machines that got hit simply had not installed it. 9 years later, it is still out there, still hunting. It found my server in a week. Then I deleted the whole thing. Patch your stuff. The bots never sleep. A week ago, I did something you are
This is
never
quite
supposed to do.
interesting, but it's an
I
AI
put a server.
content though. I can see that. But what he's talking about, some of the things here are quite legit, are quite concerning to, you know, always ensure. Because if you leave your laptop at the server open, what we're expecting, someone might discover it. There are bots prowling the internet looking for things to hold on. So I think that is what is called the dark web, you know, if I'm not mistaken. That's what's known on the dark web. So you need to be like extra careful. And you being careful doesn't need one spectacular. Just you being like okay, conscious of the sites you are visiting is really essential. Um, if you're on your PC especially, don't download files anyhow. On your phone, you can afford to download file, and if the file is malicious, nothing will happen because even an app that executes on the phone, on PC, scripts can execute. You might have a JS, you can have Node.js installed, and someone might try something that is similar to a JS script and it executes low-key. Same thing as Bash. There are different ways scripts can execute. On phone, you just have you need an Android on this thing to execute basically. So you can't say that I send you someone. So sometimes if you're downloading unknown files, you're safer doing it on your phone. Okay. If it's something malicious, the phone operating system will protect you. If you're sure it's not malicious, if it's a document, it should open on your phone. It has happened to me. Someone sent me a document. But that document, when I opened it, it wasn't a valid document. If I had opened it on my laptop, I don't know what would have happened. You get? So that's one thing also to like um, observe to prevent issues. Yeah, and up next is Gigowi application which I'm currently working on, and I told you that it's actually a pivot taking place, and I think I've discovered a pivot, and in simple terms, it will focus more on distribution. Yeah, so I'm trying to get the application to focus more on distribution, whereby because the actual problem is people need to like people building apps need to get their customers and all that. So Gigo will be is like an AI version of what the CRMs does, but it will be a whole lightweight and be oriented around people getting what you're doing. And actual people being because I think that's a niche on its own. Instead of okay searching for websites, calling the internet, actual people, especially for specific type of business, you need actual people to help you get that lead. You know, refer people to you and claim that okay they did that and there's evidence for that. So you can use it for things like referral program and it's seamless and easy to get started with. And there are actual people registered waiting to do it for you. So if you start out as a commission-based platform instead of general purpose as I have intended for it initially, you know, as I wanted it to be initially, it will be focused more now on distribution and won't be general purpose anymore. So with that being said, with that out of the line, what else again? I worked on the support. I talked about the turn stereo yesterday, so let me look on the app. Actually, I've not connected this to the app player, but I'll do that very soon. I just want to be done with the front-end application and make sure that it's a bit solid and testable for an MVP. So I get to launch it. I also submit for the Gemini X Prize hackathon. I might build a mobile app for it and participate in the shipper team. That is the how they call it. What's this guy's name? Revenue card shipper team. Just that integrating revenue cards. I'm using Flutterwave for my payments. Is it viable? I don't know yet. When that time comes, I'll think about it. But actually, there's a shipper team currently going on, which you can afford to check out. This is it. I think it's shipper team. I opened the website recently, shipperteam.com, yeah. So you you can check it out. It's organized by Revenue Card. The goal is to ship, if I'm not mistaken, apps, either an Android or iOS app to the place or app store. And you win based on the revenue you are able to generate here. So I might just capitalize and push the people who are building for the shipper thing to use let's say Gigowi to like get their initial customers and downloads to trackable links and all that. So best game award, revenue card, peace prize, exceptional product craft, celebrates the innovative asset monetization, next gen award. So let me see in details. The problem is that I'm not using Stripe. Revenue cards. There's also another issue if I'm to build a mobile app that just hits me. Google have actually banned my Insta account. I couldn't appeal it. I'm not sure with cheaper thing you can build a web app. I could have submitted Gigowi. Possibly what is happening is I will just focus on getting people that are using cheaper thing to use Gigowi to promote their products. I think Gigowi might be a little easier to sell because a lot of people are building application, but distribution is the problem. That is the new tag word I'm working with. So with that being said, that's it about today. Let me see how long I've been streaming. Should I go through the news? Yeah. 2 news on hot. So let's go with Tech Crunch and how Lightspeed found its newest hire by Instagram DM. I think Lightspeed invited me, but I'm not in San Francisco. Basically, I asked them like, would they sponsor the whole process? They were like, no. I'll have to be in San Francisco. Then possibly they'll sponsor my entrance into the event. It's not possible. I wish I could be there, but I can't. Okay, I can't be there. Travis Kalanick's robotic startup Atoms. I thought it's a cooking-based startup. So they want to start this. I saw this tweet earlier today. Nikita Bier. Let me open these news. Travis Kalanick news. Robin Hood. Okay, this is quite interesting, but I know what it's all about. Mixed weather prediction better. Let me look at this. So, those 3 news should be okay. Okay, I'm a developer, I can't miss this. Meta launches Muse Code, an AI agent for large code bases. Meta consider a bit of a struggler in the AI harnesses is making strides to catch up this week using new terminal coding agent aimed at programmers looking for assistance with complex tasks across large software code bases. Muse Code, which is currently available in beta, can accomplish complete software engineering tasks. It's still an agentic solution. Changes writing code, validating the results. I don't have the video yet, but I saw a video yesterday of someone complaining about AI adding, is it 7,000,000 lines of code to our code base? And what she asked AI to do is just to set up, I think, CI/CD for deployment. It's quite funny what's happening. So it's still a problem. Large code bases is something that is difficult for AI to handle. Okay. No conditions. For attempts to present top more for the video. So how do I try it out? Let me see. There's no coverage on how to try it out. This is an interesting news. And also, what else again? Nikita Bier, the legendary ex-head of product. If you're in X ecosystem, you know him, people complain about him a lot. You can wake up and just decide that, okay, today you see your mutual post on your For You page. Next day he would try to make X more like TikTok, and all that. So that's just it. Step down as head of product at X. So the launch of 30 new products while protecting the integrity of the town square. Scanners at X. Just a few days later, the product chatbot made by X. So then the second company started calling itself Maker Hitler. What? I remember this controversy then. It was quite shocking though. And people were wanting it, getting Grok to be more in that personality. Social need, finish, but that communication technology. Okay, and what else again is the news? Travis Callum's. This is one idea I usually dream about since like I was a kid. About that old son background of mine. I don't know how this Kazanik is just having fun. Yeah, it makes weather prediction better. Weather simulations that can run after it's all supercomputers changing meteorology, but the bigger task here might be making it easier for take on that challenge. Jumped into TechCrunch. The new round was colored by Coastline Ventures and Galvanize, with additional investment from Translate Capital, Lux Capital, and previous investors, and values the company after this round of funding at $250 million. Acquire another set of data with low cost Nigerian value. You're doing something nice, even though it's kind of like a slow thing. It's not something I'm interested in though, but it's a nice idea. It's something that someone can afford to work in, a space someone can afford to work in and make an impact. So with that being said, that will be all for today, and it's nice being here. So this is day, was I think day 16 or 17, if I'm not mistaken. I'm quite excited. Basically, starting this at the worst position I could be in. It's quite exciting. Okay, making the most out of it. So that is all for now, and bye for now. Have a lovely day ahead.